Hey everyone, it is a big VG top decks this week. We got a new set from Japan last Friday, set 3. So there should be some cool builds. All builds kind of got updated. We got some new ride lines as well. In the main sets, we now have up to 15 ride lines. And just as a spoiler, 14 of them are represented this week. There's one that wasn't. I think we all know which one didn't get represented. But yes, there were quite a lot of decks this week and just new cards, right? New cards are exciting and it should be good. Now, the question now becomes, now that the English and the Japanese metagame's different because one has set 3, how do I split them? So what's going to happen now is the Japanese decks are in the first part of the section. We kind of go through them a bit quicker, but today will probably take a bit of time. And then in the last part of the section will be the VG top deck section. And then that will also be split between just the Japanese decks first and then the English format decks second, right? So it'll just be a bunch of Japanese decks and there'll be some VG top deck Japanese decks, and then there'll be the English ones at the end. So if you're here just want to see new cards, just go, you can just go from the beginning and go to the end. But if you're just here for the English stuff, the set 2 stuff that you want to check out, just go to the end of each section and that's where you're going to find those decks. So yes, you just continue submitting that. This kind of saves me from having to make like 20 more windows because I've already got a lot of tabs. Now. The other also thing that's popping up is just, I did expect a bit more decks, but I feel like, there's not as many as I would expect, partly due to the COVID situation around the world. Not just Japan has it bad. Southeast Asia still has issues. In Australia here, I'm still in lockdown. I've been in lockdown for forever. You haven't seen Kelvin, except on Saturdays probably for a while, right? So hopefully soonish we will be going back to a bit of a normal, and you can see him again. But yeah, that's just how it is. There are a lot of different decks though, right? There's a good split between D decks and actually V decks. V is getting quite some good representation. So it's good to see. It's good to see, right? And there's definitely premium as well. And there will be, I think there is some premium. Some of them are before the ban list, of course, because the ban list doesn't really come into effect until tomorrow. So it should be good, but there might be some, this might be the last week you see some custom ban list, I think, right? Some custom. So that's a long enough intro, right? So let's jump into overdress right now. Set 3 overdress. Let's start off with Nirvana. So Nirvana got some pretty good cards. We did expect people to be running Expector, I think, because it still has some value. This guy didn't run it. He still ran Himina, which is kind of the card that everyone is putting into all their overdress decks now, just because it's just a great tutor card. So we're seeing people on like 3 and 4. But this deck is literally just your old deck, right? Plus Himinas, and then you put in some crits there, and you're good to go, right? And just running the draw. So this deck is literally like one of the easiest upgrades you can do to just your set 2 Nirvana, and should turn out pretty well, right? But then moving on, we do have people that do run Expector. This person is running 3, and I think the 3 number is pretty good. But what I don't really expect is people are still running Valientes, but this guy's still running Valientes, right? And then he's also got things like the Blaze Maidens. The Blaze Maiden, I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. People do say like, the Blaze Maiden's cool because you can kind of get a pseudo Persona Ride power line. But you have to like rest 3 different Blaze Maidens. So you have to rest like the crit and the heal, right? Plus her. And it does require counterblast as well. Oh no, Aruna works as well. So Aruna works. So you need one of those. But apart from that, he's not running any more Togashi Rashi. This new card, this new grade 1 kind of does that. You just have to, he's only running 1 copy though, but it basically means like when you ride, I think when you ride deck, you can instead of like discarding and put this into the soul instead as a cost. So it kind of generates extra soul, and that's kind of nice. But apart from that, yeah, this is, I'm not sure, I'm not a huge fan of this one. He's also running Trickster Starter, which is pretty interesting. So I guess, if he's being aggressive, and he's got like crit front lineups, but if he's being aggressive, he can like kind of play this early down as a booster, push damage early, and then later on, you have a Trickster confirmed, you can pop out, and yeah, I guess that can kind of work, right? It's pretty interesting, but he didn't just win 1 locals, he actually won another one, so this is the same person. He's literally running like the same deck. So, I could say like I don't like the list, but it worked for him, right? Won 2 locals. So, maybe this is the way to go. Alright, moving on, we did have something from Zenenstorm. Sentinel game D20, 26 on the 9, had 2 pods today due to the hype of DB23, and this being the last in RL tourney until further notice due to COVID. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's good to see people just going in, like DB23 generating the hype, but of course it's sad to see kind of the last tournament for a while in certain areas. But we do have Jimmy's Nirvana deck here doing work, right? So three Expector, two of the new I think it's Madoka, right? Madoka, which is like a nice beefy 10k power and X like 10 or 15k power shield, and we still got the Arunas and two Togashi Rashi. So this one's just not running the Himina, right? Of course it's a first week deck, so maybe it hasn't popped around yet. Jimmy actually did win both of these pods though, which is pretty cool, right? So another two-timer. I guess that two-timer is kind of a bad connotation, but he won twice, right? He won twice. But then yeah, so second place we had Zen and Storm playing Bastion. So we got, yeah, it's the new card, we got the new dragon, something like Decade or something. But yeah, the restandard dragon, and he's running two of the new order as well for kind of the extra power gain, hit the nice 40k number. It's pretty good. So good job, Zen and Storm coming second, and then third was Lucius with Barrows. So do we have the Barrow list? Let's kind of look. No, I don't think we do. Unfortunately, I don't think there's the Barrow list. So unfortunately, we don't get that. All right, so moving on, we have the Ian Vasquez. All right, he's from Peru. All right, the Monkey Planet Peru, first place with set 2. This is the English format, and yeah, so good job, man. Coming in first place, he was running, you know, front crit draw. So he's running a bit of a rainbow lineup here, but you know, got the Damari, right? Damari. I just had a mind blank there, man. Damari, only 3 tricksters, which is fine. But yeah, I think, you know, the Damari's really been popping up in the English quite a lot compared to Japan, I think. So good stuff. And then next we have is Nekocard's Remote Fight Overdress Casual, first place 3-1. First place 3-1, okay. Bin Chicken deck yet again, but it looks presentable. That is correct. This one is definitely less of a miss, and this is from Ayaten. So round 1 he beat Eugene, retake Eugene. Second he won against Magnolia, and then round 3 beat Bruce, and then fourth he lost against Prison. He had 14 cards in Prison. 14 cards. It's because you run Valiente, right? That's a 4 Valiente build though. Wow, it's pretty crazy. 4 Valientes. Yeah, is it Trickster starter? There's only 3. Oh, no, there's 1 DSR one there. So I guess it's cool. You know, for 3, it's only 3 urges, 4 Togashi. Yeah, okay, all right. Or maybe it is a Trickster starter. I don't see. Oh no, the Dragon Eggs are there. Okay, so yeah, Dragon Egg. Yeah, okay, it's cool. Good job, man. Good job. And then last of the Nirvanas, we have Derek Dow. All right, Good Games Morley Standard Tournament. First was Brian Chan with Nirvana, and he's got the Valiente build going here as well, and the Arunas for support. And then second was Derek Dow with Baromagnes. Wow, really? It's like Baromagnes is full SP as well. It's probably the cheapest SP he's ever bought in his life, right? So yeah, good old Baro doing work. Gungaram, okay. 4 Sonicers. It's quite a lot. He's not even running Brothers Soul though, which is pretty crazy. Should be interesting how this deck transitions into set 3, because there's actually a few set 3 decks. Actually, a few Barrows popping up. All right, so moving on, we have Eugene. All right, I'm personally speaking, I'm actually a huge fan of Eugene set 3. I think there's a lot of potential for this deck. So it's good to see it's getting some good representation here. This is Tora, right? And he's it's Japanese list of Eugene. One thing I actually just don't like about his list, he's not running the capture order. I think there's a capture party, and yeah, that one basically gets free advantage, right? I had to make sure I wasn't reading that order wrong, but it's whenever you retire one of your opponent's card, you draw a card. So it sounds really, really good. I have to play that. I have to really play, but he's actually not playing it, which is very, very surprising. I think like that, an order like that would be really, really good. So it's a bit surprising he's not running that. He's got a bit of everything in the deck, which is a bit weird. I think it's a bit weird. He's got some of the new cards, but he's also running 4 of the Rye deck, Solar, right? So kind of interesting like that, but feeling it's wrong not to run the capture party order, you know. But this next list we have, this guy is doing. He's got 3 of them here. I think 3 to 4 is a good number, right? 3 to 4 is a good number. Hopefully when you play one, you keep on drawing till you get the second one again. So I feel like this is a build I'm liking way more, right? Way more. So pretty good. Is just running like 8 crit 3 draw, which is nice. And he's got a bunch of the new cards here. Drag Grid. I think this is kind of similar to what I'd want to play, you know, when I'm building Eugene. So it's pretty good to see. It's pretty good to see. Again, he's running 4 of the ride deck thing, which is, I guess it's interesting. I didn't expect that many people to play that. I mean, to play that. So seeing people just want to put this in the deck as their soul card, I guess, is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Maybe when we need to give that a try. So moving on, we also have another Eugene here. This is Mr. Tanks, Mr. Rotanks, Neko card standard weekly. Now earlier, 3rd place with Eugene. Tanya good, give me Elba. I mean, you know, the Eugene meme, right? It was cool in set 1, but you know, when you move to set 3, I think Eugene's actually become a good deck. So we can't really, you know, the potential like going, oh yeah, the meme, the Eugene meme, it dies of set 3, guys, because it actually is like at least an average deck now. But yeah, he's running Tanya in his Eugene build. That's the cool part of it. All right, good job, man. Good job. Moving on, we've got Overlord. All right, Overlord. So this, I don't really think Overlords really change that much, right? They actually don't need to replace anything. So this is a Japanese deck. It's basically replaced nothing. It's got 15k beaters, keys on raging. That's it. It's all good. But the next Overlord list we have actually does have a few changes. It's playing a lot more on-hit cards, which is kind of weird. And it's not when your Vanguard hits something, it's when this unit hits something, then you have an ability where you like retire yourself to either draw a card and pop something else, or you draw a card and countercharge. So he's running actually 7 of these on-hit cards, like 4 of these ones that countercharge, and 3 of them that retire opponent's unit, but they both draw 1, right? They both draw 1 because you retired. So he's running 7 that's kind of like a filter card, I guess. It's kind of interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how value that is, but yeah, this is from Jerry Stefanis from the PTC weekly tournament on 25th 49. Format was standard D. First place was Farmy playing Drogodoko, so I assume it's this one. And then second place was actually him, and he was playing Bastion. And we can take a look at the deck here. And yeah, it's got Bastion, all right. Yeah, he's running Ragriel, all right. So pretty cool. I think this grade 3 calls top deck if it's a unit or a grade 3 unit. He's running 4 of the order, and then he's running 3 of the new order as well. So this one's the set order that gives your grade 3's boost, I think. So it was something that was talked about when the card got revealed. You know, do I replace Darkstrain with this, or do I not? Right? And I think, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you. We still need to test it. I think a lot of people still want to stay with Darkstrain because it's just a body on the field. But this one still gives you, it just continually gives your cards boost, so you don't have to worry about soul or anything like that. You just play. Of course, you do have to discard for it, which is kind of sucks, right? And it's also not a body on the field, but you know, it's still grade 3, right? It's still grade 3. You can still trigger it. Of course, if you call it from your ride line, you feel bad, but it still kind of works. So yeah, interesting take with DB tier 3 stuff, updated with DB tier 3, so you can give that a try. I think there's a video on the, like this between the Bastion and the Overlord online, so give like a PTC standard search on YouTube and you might be able to find it. So yeah, good stuff. Moving on, we have Bruce, right? This is the big daddy of the format. People have been talking a lot about how good Bruce is and how, you know, the triggers gave Bruce a buff. So let's kind of see how this deck has really changed. So this one really didn't change at all. This list didn't change. I don't think it's even running any new cards. So we're not even seeing any Derricks, and this kind of just shows you how good Bruce already is. You literally don't have to change the deck, and it's already doing very, very well. Right. The next one we have here is, you know, he's put in 2 Derricks. That's kind of it. They didn't really change Helldive, right? Helldive's still a great card. making nice power lines. Did he run this other guy run the crit trigger? He didn't even run the crit trigger, right? The new crit trigger. So yeah, this guy's running the new crit trigger. But yeah, 2 Derricks and the crit trigger seems to be the big change with this one, which is just all right, I guess. Pandemonium Tactics is like the new order that Bruce got, but its soul charges 4, so it kind of burns through your deck very quickly. So you might as well, you can just still stick with Helldive if you're good at like planning ahead. You know, you don't have to worry about the soul. Or you're good at managing your soul, then just stick with Helldive and it's already good. I mean, a pure set 2 deck is able to take it, so obviously this deck is still extremely good. This new one, this deck again, not really. Well, it's got 4 Derricks. This one went 4 Derrick instead of 2, right? And he's not running the crits. He's not running the new crits. The power for the new crit effect crit is actually pretty significant, right? A lot of people are going, I would prefer the 5k over the 4k, because the 5k, you know, on a 13k body, his numbers, on a 10k body, his numbers like in the early game. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Bruce, I don't know what to say. You know, it's one of those decks. It's just so good. It's just so good, right? And here's another one. We got four Derricks here. 4 Derricks here. Anything else? Anything else? No? It's just a really good deck. Only 2 Helldives though. Only 2 Helldives. And the trend has been like max Helldives, right? Max Helldives. Moving on to the VG top deck section, we've got Caesar cards here. Vanguard tournament on the 26th. Format was D-Stand, of course, and first place was Fum WX playing Bruce. And now we see some interesting new additions here. We've got Regina. This one's like I think it's like a put 2 cards into your soul on the field. I think it's a CB1 is the cost. So you put 2 cards into the soul and then you call one out, and then that card and this card gets 10k. So it's able to generate some bigger power lines. And then he's also running 1 Pandemonium Tactics. 1 Pandemonium Tactics. Now he's got 4 Derricks. 4 Derricks. He's got 4 Leonards as well. Just no Edens. No Edens. So he's not afraid. He's not afraid at all. But yeah, basically just kind of you have so many good cards with this deck, you just don't know what to cut, and Eden's just, I guess, the card that needs to be cut. It's interesting that he's just not running Dobas. I guess the Regina kind of gets like that Doba power line, I guess, but you know, Doba's kind of free. It only needs to soul charge itself. It doesn't really require counterblast. So yeah, I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. I just think like on a turn, if you use like this and a Helldive, you can't really use Derrick. So you can literally like in 1 turn only pick like 2 counterblast 1 units to be able to use. So that's the one thing I don't like about Regina, is that it requires the counterblast. Apart from that, he's also running you know, 2 draws in the front. 2 draws in the front. Pretty interesting. All right. Second place we had was Chalice. He was running Dragon Empire, and he just didn't run. He just didn't. Oh, we saw this list before, right? This was the I think this was the list that didn't run any Expector, right? Just run the Hiberners and you're good to go, right? So yeah, this list it's a good list. It's a good list. It works. And then in third place we had Ryan with well, Magnolia, but I don't think, looks like it wasn't featured here. We had Bruce with this was 4th place with Chefong, and yeah, he's got the Derricks, Leonard, also got Regina. Okay, so Regina's pretty popular. The trigger light up's just trigger light up. I'm just guessing it's like it's got a couple of draws, maybe a front like the Thumb deck. But yeah, otherwise the rest of the deck is pretty similar, just in Helldives and a 20k shield. So good stuff. But I think we've got the third list here. Let's go. Yeah, so this was the third place. This is in the Magnolia list. Running 4 of this grade 2. What this grade 2 does is when it comes into play, I think if you don't have any soul, you can soul charge 2. So that kind of solves the soul problem in a way for Magnolia. You can go a bit ham on the soul. You can run Alenia, just keep on going, right? She only has 9k power though, which is like kind of the detriment to that deck. One thing that we don't see here is it's like the AKPR that is able to stop your opponent from choosing your units when you have 3 or less regards. That was very popular with Magnolia in the last week, but so far, you know, just run the 9k. Just run the 9k soul charges too, and solves the problem that you have with the deck. It's also running Zorgnolia decks or Ride Chain, because we're running 8 orders. So yeah, it just kind of works. It kind of works, right? So good stuff in the Magnolia. And then we got Karuri Misses LYSG. This is AGC Weekly CFV Standard Tournament. First place we have is Bruce as well. Oh no, second place, and this was his deck. So still waiting to net deck and optimize list. So yeah, so we got the Bruce 4 Pandemonium Tactics. All right, nice. Still running the Marjories. So the question is, I think it looks like he cut the Edens. Only running 2 Derrick as well.
but still running 4 Dobas and 3 Reginas. So the Regina is popular, and then 2 of the Protobulb trigger lineup. It's just like crits in front, team, crits in front. So pretty good. And then lastly with Chris. All right, Chris. So this is English format now. VG standard shop tournament. We got first place was Thomas Meta playing Bruce, and kind of standard lineup. 3 Helldives, 2 Marjorie. But yeah, the rest is just the good stuff, right? The good stuff with 3 Edens. Second place was Chris. He's playing his good old buddy Orfist, right? And yeah, dude, his Orfist list is so bling. Look at this bling Orfist list. As if you wouldn't play this list, right? If it's this shiny, as if you wouldn't play it, right? And then third place we had Thibault Rizal playing Bastion. What is please? All right. If you like that, if you like Painkiller Angel, then yeah. It's up to you. Yeah, he's just got your good old Bastion list with 2 Rafalsos and yeah, it's the 1 waifu card, I guess. One waifu card. Yeah. Oh, so I guess the story was that he lost the last round in Swiss because of this card. Oh yeah. All right, good stuff. All right, moving on. We've got the Barrows, right? The Barrows. How has Barrow evolved? I think there's actually been some changes in Barrow, to be honest, which is pretty cool. One thing that hasn't changed is they're still running the. I think in English it's called supernatural extraction. I think in Japanese it was abnormality extraction before it was changed in English. Yeah, this is just extraction. This was called extraction. So it's still running extraction over Pandemonium Tactics. So this actually does something. What's nice about this is it can actually get you a card that you might need. Pandemonium Tactics is just Soul Charge 4, literally just Soul Charge 4, right? And it's still running 4 Brothers Soul here, but they're running the new grade 2 that puts stuff back into the deck. But for each card you put back, you get a bunch of power. So this can kind of replace Sonicas, especially in your finishing turn, right? You call her out, get insane amounts of power, just smash their face. So pretty cool. I like this kind of change. She does require a counterblast though. So you have to be a bit more careful with that. Pre-ending turns, you can just literally call anything. Just call more Engravers, right? Call like I don't know. You still have 1 Sonica to play with, so just go with that. Another thing that's been popping up is just a Shura, just a nice meaty shield, and then it goes back to Soul, so it just helps you out, lets you be a bit more stable, right? So yeah, nice barrow list. The second barrow list that we're seeing here. The concept is kind of the same, I guess. You know, we're seeing 2 Ashura, but this one's gone like. One's gone a bit off the rails a bit. You know, people told me how good the Greedon card, the Greedon grade 1, is in Barrow, because you know Barrow's effect lets you pop it off, right? But you know, he's managed to put it in. The biggest problem is space, so he's actually had to cut a lot. He's cut like the Brother's Soul from the list. You know, he's only got what 2 Ashura, only 2 crawling, so just not a lot of orders because you're forced to do that. One interesting take is this 13k. It's basically just an 18k in Baromagnes. It's just if your Vanguard's Baromagnes, it gets 5k, so just 18k, just sitting 18k. Yeah, so this one, I think this one's a much slower list, but you can now just have a better finishing, better Baromagnes like pushes just with Gormon, just making your opponent have to discard 2. Yeah, cool. And then next we have Azul CCG. This is from Iki. And he's also, we got just kind of your traditional one here, I guess. So 3 extractions, 3 Brother Soul. Kind of probably don't think there's any new cards. Probably didn't arrive in Asian time, right? This was powered by Ray, so good old Ray. And then next we have Neil, right? Neil for FRF standard tournament with DB23, got first place of Baromagnes. It's pretty good, right? You know, he dumped Bruce, went back to Barrow and got first place. So yeah, that's right. Barrow confirmed best deck. Thank you to Different Fight for hosting the tournament. Transgram, I have returned to Barrow for set 3 and it worked out. We'll post my run below. So yeah, this list is running the Pandemonium Tactics. It's running, you know, 4 of them. Just to, I guess it's relatively turbo now. You know, just run 4 with 1 extraction as well. He's also running the 18K, and then he's got 4 Ashura, 2 of the cards, 2 of the Returner, and then 2 Gormans. Pretty crazy how he's managed to put all this in. But I guess if you bank all your Soul Charge on your Pandemonium Tactics, then yeah, you can make extra space, right? You can make extra space. He's not running Crimson Expeller, which is
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's nice to see a new Barrow deck doing work. And I think his trigger lineup is just beefy. No draws, just more shield and crits, right? So okay, that's good job, man. Good job coming in first with Barrow, right? Barrow actually getting quite some decent rep, you know, this time. So this is good stuff. This is good stuff. And then lastly, we have another Barrow list here, and this one is I think this one is it's like an English format list, I think. But yeah, this is just kind of set 2 stuff, right? Literally set 2 stuff. This one is, it seems it's a Japanese list. Might be from somewhere else that plays the Japanese format. Yeah, it's a pre-DB tier 3 tournament. Oh, there we go. Yeah, here it goes. Yeah, it's just pre-DB 2. It's an English format list. Good job with the with Barrow, right? Barrow's like just the kind of a sleeper deck gets, I guess, in the English format. It just does work. You know, people go Bruce, but you know, Barrow's been doing well quite a few times, right? Quite a few times. And then second place there was Prison, right? Prison, just good old Prison, good old standard Prison doing work here. The new PR. And then third place was just Bruce, right? Bruce. So we've got the Dobers and all that. Standard Bruce, all right? Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. What's surprising is there were actually some Greedon lists. There's actually some Greedon lists popping up. I think in Greedon there's like 3 or 4 slots that you can basically play whatever you want to play. With this one, I think, you know, they're just running a shorter as just, you know, extra soul, you know, nice defense. So that's cool. But then you look at this Greedon list here, right? This one is running Hystera for like the extra tech. I think I like the Hystera one better, just because when I played it, I feel like I was missing out on just that extra attack that can like push. So having Hystera hit bigger numbers, I think is just it's a good place to put the slot. I guess, you know, your Gungaram can be replaced as well. Just to get, I mean, you can probably replace that over Shooter or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then lastly, we have another one here. And this one's just running Expeller as kind of the flex slot. But yeah, I don't know, like, I think you do get enough soul, right? You get enough soul anyway, so I'd rather just get more push. But yeah, no, 3 Greedon decks today, so that's not bad. Oh yeah, we're gonna take a break, right? We have Monster Strike, you know, Monster Strike still popped up. We've got, just Pandora doing well. You know, where did the Uriels go, man? Where did all the Uriels go? Right, that was the meta stuff, right? That was the meta. Moving on though, let's go to Bastions, right? Bastions. What has really changed in Bastion? The answer is not much. Although the quality here is not very good, you probably don't need to see it, right? It's literally just the same thing as before, except he's running 4 of the effect crits as well. So yeah, cool, right? Next is just another ye old Bastione list. Refelsos, that's it. You know, by the time you get to set 4, maybe they'll start putting in more set 3 stuff. But again, it's just a testament to the card quality, or just, it's not really the card quality, but just the effectiveness of the Bastion deck itself. Low floor, low ceiling, lots of heart. Lots of heart. It just, big sledgehammer, right? Big sledgehammer kind of thing. Here we go. Is another Bastion one. Literally nothing new, right? Nothing new. And then moving on to the English side, we've got New York Card Fight again. All right, New York Card Fight. Sunday's winner at Card Queens Inc. in Queens was Jose P with Bastion. They say he's Shark's apprentice. So yeah, with the Bastion list, is he running the same list as him? Because I remember like Shark runs like what, 1 Prideful and 1 Refalsos. I'm not sure if this is it. It might be it. Right, but yeah, second place was Raymond C with Bastion. Third was Shark with Bastion, and 4th was UJC with Overlord. So just again, it looks like New York is the land of the Bastions, right? Land of the Bastions. Next we got Mr. Turkey. Managed to get first in locals with Bastion. The Blaster Dark early aim is definitely something I like. Okay, that's good to hear. You know, guys, the cool thing about the Blaster lineup is, you know, against unsuspecting Bruce players, you pop them. At the cost of, you don't get free stuff. You don't get like free, well, you do get a free call, but you sack the free call for Blaster Dark, right? So I think when like Bruce plays against you, they see the Blaster, they have to like actually damage deny you early on, unless they go first. Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff, Mr. Turkey. And then lastly, we have New York card fight again. Thursday's winner at next level in Brooklyn was yet again Shark with Bastion. This guy's on a roll. Maybe Bastion really is the best. I think he's been saying that quite a lot, right? And in second place, we had Vaughn with Hexaorb. Third, we had Savage with Bastion. And fourth, we had Mitch C with Eugene. All right, so yeah, Bastion is Bastionless is here. You know, you've got the pride from the one Rafale sauce. Yeah, nothing's really changed. It just works, right? The list works. Right? Moving on, we've got Hexa. So Hexaorb. Well, good to see Hexaorb really popping up now, right? It's got some nice tools, right? We've got the nice Tortoise, got the nice you know, new grade 2 it has, so you can literally just check top deck for days. Yeah, so he's running this new grade 2 that kind of, when you trigger a trigger, you can put a card from your hand into Soul, and then draw another card. So it kind of acts as a filter, and then it also generates Soul, which is nice because a lot of your cards do use Soul as the cost. But he's also running this grade 1 that I'm not exactly sure I like. You pick a critical or front from your hand and put it to the bottom of your deck, and then you can draw a card. You Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. So well, it's a come into play effect as well. So I feel like it's a bit low value, right? You're not going to get better. It's very hard to get better shield value than the crit or the front. In fact, the front will have the best shield value because it's 20k. I guess it's just to put triggers back, and if you shuffle your deck, you can do that. But I don't know. It feels like you need to do a lot for an effect or a percentage that is not good enough, right? So not a huge fan of this, but otherwise the rest of the deck is just pretty good. This is basically just flex slots, right? Moving on here, we've got more Hexaorb, right? So you got this guy's playing one of the new order that lets you stack. But apart from that, you know, the rest of the deck, I think it's just actually this is pretty much just kind of like my list, right? My list that I kind of built in one of the preliminary deck section. I think it is pretty much the same. Yeah, so deck's good, guys. It's a good deck. Give it a try. And then lastly here, we had Vision. Here are the top 3 deck lists for our September 11 and 12 standard tournament. So this will be for the English format. Apologies for the delay, but we managed to put them up within a week. Was it I think it was within a week, right? Within a week? Or was it? No, wait. No, September 11 to 12, and then they posted on September 25. So, guys, not within a week. Make sure to follow our socials for news and updates of future events. So yeah, go check them out if you want to play some remote fight, right? Remote fight. They're doing some good stuff. I think every 2 weeks. I think it's every 2 weeks. So no, go check out Vision for the details, right? For the details. First place, we do have a Bastion deck that is running the Blaster. Well, no, not Bastion. Sorry, we're running a Hexaorb deck that is running the Blaster Dark lineup. Just got confused there. But you know, I think this is a heavy kind of. We got Fasado, which is like you would kind of expect that, but you're also running Judgment, right? Judgment coming. Yeah, it's, the order there is kind of extra draw, so pretty cool. Right, second place. That was first place by Cinder, and the second place is Card FV Extreme, playing Dragon Empire. So it's the good Valientes. English loves their Valientes and the Damaris, man. I don't know, it's pretty crazy, Yeah, if it works, it works, right? So good stuff comes second, and in third place we have Gleaming Garmor with Bastion, right? Bastion. So okay, good old Bastion deck, the good old Bastion deck. If it works, guys. So good stuff to everyone playing. And then next we have Magnolia. So I think this list has been popping up, maybe circulating a bit on the web because everyone was interested in what's topping, boys, what's topping. You know, when you see your first Magnolia list, give it a go, right? So yeah, this is the I don't think it's a new PR, but it's a PR that's been used a lot now. It's basically 18k in the back row, and your opponent has trouble targeting stuff because, you know, lots of Seraph Snows around, you know, Eugenes won't target you, they can't retire stuff. So yeah, this is actually a pretty decent meta call. Is it running Zorga Raichen? I think it is, yeah. Zorga Raichen is running up to seven orders. But yeah, looks like you don't need as much draws anymore. He's still running 4 draws, but before you used to see like 6 draws, 7 draw kind of thing. Now you just go back down to 4. And you know, Mantis is still doing work in some grade 3s. Like, I think it's a Hydra Rail Dragon, I think, just to like get the Persona ride going. So yeah, one Magnolia list this week, right? What's cool though is that we have Zorga, right? Actually, after playing a bit of Zorga, I actually really like the deck. You know, it's the dog, right? I think the Cloak Shadow is what it's called. I always get the name wrong. But the new dog is actually really good. It's really good. Every turn, play in order, bounce an over trigger, right? Every turn, just do that. Play in order, bounce an over trigger. Call the over trigger out, bounce it. Every single turn. It's like before, except now you don't have to wait till your opponent's turn to bounce it back. So, you know, before they were like, oh, I'm just gonna attack it, and you can't bounce it. Who cares? Just bounce it now. Get bulky, get defensive, nothing they can do. So yeah, I actually like this. You could even, I think if you have like 2 dogs, right, you can bounce multiple. So, you know, you get a crit, well, not a crit, you get an over trigger and like a null. You bounce both in the back. The thing is, it does require a soul, if I remember correctly. You need to find ways to generate soul. Maybe you can, looks like this list doesn't care, but you know, your Stoicheios, you can actually run that the new card that like soul charges 2. So that's not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I actually really like Zorga now, and I'm pretty sure a lot of English players will like Zorga too, because they already like Zorga. So it's in a contention with Hexaorb, I think, to be like the best 3-attacker deck. I guess Orfist is a 3-attacker deck, but now they got the Restander, so it's not exactly a 3-attacker deck. And no, we got Seraph Snow actually, so actually it's pretty. The competition for 3-attacker decks is not that easy, but I think that the distance between all of them has gotten shorter, especially with just Zorga's new stuff. So I actually really like it. It's very strong. Here again, we see another one, another Zorga deck. This is from Sage, and he was playing in different fight standard FRF, and he came second. Which is pretty cool. Thanks to all the organizers for making an amazing tournament. Yeah, I think he's running the new this new chef guy. This kind of binds himself to be able to salvage an order card. So yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty cool. I think is the new pot of greed card, right? Is it to draw 2? Right? To draw 2? Yeah, that gets -1 counterblast for each card in your bind zone. So if you have ways to like bind quicker like this, and then with Alchemagic and bind quicker, then you can kind of decrease the cost of this very quickly, and then just get that draw. But yeah, otherwise it's a decent list. It's a cool list. It's at the beginning of every single format, right? Everyone's just wondering. The cool thing is everyone's wondering what's the order lineup? How do I play the order lineup? So it's always nice to see people run that. But here we've got at least some pretty decent cards now that we can also put in and see how you want to take out the deck. So pretty cool. And then the last Zorga list we have is New York Card Fights Friday winner at Silk Road Gaming in Manhattan was Frankeli A with Zorga. So okay, yeah, it's just the format set to Zorga here. And he says, overcoming the unnatural meta. I need Cloak Shadow now. You will get Cloak Shadow in December. Unlucky, man. Unlucky. Yeah, good job. Good job on getting first place, bro. Alright, we got Flagburgs. Right, we got Flagburgs. This is an interesting Flagburg list. It's running the Zorga ride chain. Like, the Zorga ride chain is just like the Willista ride chain, right? Everyone in their nation wants to run it. Maybe just, well, to be honest, I think the Flagburg ride chain is like, it's like average. It's pretty average, to be honest. But yeah, this one's also, because he's running that Zorga ride chain as well, he can run orders. So he can run spiritual, he's also running nectar. So yeah, it's just run those to just get your pieces back, get some power if you want to play it, and then just rush. Just rush. So yeah, that's kind of cool. He's not running anything. Let's throw away that Creed Assault, you know, terrible restriction. Is there, I think he's running the, I think you have to run the dragon. It's like this dragon. They can only restand when you attack regards, right? Because you have to run it. There's like no other good ways to restand, so unlucky, but at least if you can power it up, right, you can at least hit like grade 3s. So it's not always bad times. And then we have another Flagburg list. You've got this from Angmong Lang. So AGC 24 standard tournament first place, Flagburg deck 4-0. Notes piloted by my friend Dun Zizame. NGL, this is quite a good high roll list. Right, so okay, that's cool. I'm the cock, right? But then he's got, you know, the good cards, the good looking cards. Yeah, but apparently this list is quite high roll. He's running the sack give 2 cards 5k card, and yeah, soul charge 2. But yeah, okay, it's cool, it's good. Is easy. What's his ride line? His ride line is just the normal ride line, I think. So yeah, it does take up a lot of soul. A lot of your other cards do need soul, but you know, running the new grade 2 that soul charges 2 is pretty cool. And running wild intelligence that just kind of get the cards you need, So good stuff. Now let's move on to Seraph Snow. This is interesting, to be honest. Seraph Snow. There has, you know, people are running a bunch of weird stuff in it, right? So a lot of people are actually running the new lock from hand card, and it forces your opponent to draw. Green Hegel. I don't know what to think about that, right? This guy's not running any bug mode. He's actually running the set order that allows your grade 2s to boost. So I guess, you know, this is just an easy way to generate free prison. And then you just don't run you run hardly any grade 1s that you want to put down. So well, you have 2 Chevel Stars. That basically is like an advantage, like gets you cards. Apart from that, yeah, you're never gonna play this down. This is just gonna be used to guard. And yeah, it's kind of okay. I'm not a huge fan of this list, to be honest. Not a huge fan, because in some matchups I feel like you do want to want to boost and make like extra better lines. And also the grade 2 lets your opponent filter, which is the bad thing, right? They go, I don't need this card, let me filter it and get a good card. So I don't know, I'm not super convinced by this yet, but if you want to, it also helps you deck out your opponent, I guess. These are only running 3 of the PR, so I don't know. This one's next. So what did this guy run? This one's much more traditional list. Here. Nothing, pretty much no new cards, not even the new crit, because it's 4k, I guess. Yeah, it's much more traditional. Got the strong grade 2, just everything that worked before is just working now, so it didn't really do any changes. The next list here, this one is running just 3 of the new grade 2. Also, one of the new grade 1s. Like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of these new prison cards, because they just don't offer enough, right? They don't really offer enough. So I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. I would rather play like 1 extra Rouge, because Rouge is a 15k shield, and it can push for 15k, and it can do thing in prison. So it does so much multiple stuff. So like, you could basically replace like any of these cards for this that will do much more. Right, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've said it multiple times. I'm a huge fan of the new grade 2, right? I'm not a huge fan of the grade 2, but I'm probably going to be saying that all day, because this guy ran 4 of the new grade 2, and then just running this guy also running the boost, right? The set all that boosts. So looks like there is some popularity behind this idea, but also he's also running the new Lemon Nun. Lemon Nun. I think Lemon Nun. I actually do like Lemon Nun more, because you know it actually has some plays, right? You have a big prison turn, it gets crit, so you can on the proper turn you can do a big swing in a way. So I feel like that has much more value than this new grade 2 that we see. But you know, we've seen 2 of these, two of these decks running the new set order, which is pretty. I guess it's kind of cool to see, right? It's kind of cool to see. Moving on, we have another one here. This one's not running the new order, but it's still running the new grade 2. And just look at this grade 2, like insane. Everything is a grade 2. Everything is a grade 2. Only 4 Chevel Studs. Only 4. So like some decks, I guess some decks are just taking out their bug motors for more of this hand order, or not a hand order, but how do I call it? Green Head Girl. Cuff Spring, I think it is. Cuff Spring. Now I bothered to look at the name. Cuff Spring. Yeah, so I don't know. Still not a fan, guys. I'm still not a fan. Let me know what you guys think. Alright. And then here we got Mervin, right? Sobi D standard remote fight. First place. Field control seems to be working in this meta. I never touched this deck until today, lol. So yeah, he's not running Cuff Spring, right? Yeah. He's my boy, man. Good stuff. Still got the bug motor, playing the 4 of the new crit as well. So okay, it's good. It's good. It's a nice list. It's worked before. No reason why it should have worked now. What the hell? Look at that nice, got that DSR, dude. Wow, crazy, buddy, crazy. All right, cool. Good stuff, Merwin. Good stuff.
I'm only running 3 Perio Turquoise because I only have 3. And the only change to this deck from before was the top deck promo. Oh, so you only have 3 of this. Okay. Well, there. So if you want to play a slightly stronger deck, I guess you can just run 4 of this and like 1 less of the Violet or something like that, right? So yeah, it's good. It's good. And then lastly, we have Reverse Akimo with Neko cards local 2nd place. Lock up the OT. Yeah. So when you well, I guess he doesn't have. When you have the new PR, you can lock the OT off the top, and you just feel so good, right? You feel so good. But we need the PR, so hopefully that comes out soon. So Ayaton came first, and he checked the OT way too many times today. And then apparently this deck is laid out in the form of prison bars. So I guess it's a prison, right? It's a prison. So it's locking up the over trigger. So yeah, good job Akimo coming in 2nd. Standard-ish prison deck, because it works. It's just a strong deck and it works. All right, moving on to Orfist. Orfist kind of really shouldn't have changed that much, right? I mean, you got a new order. This guy's running 2 of the new order. You should just run 4 of the new dragon, in my opinion. It's basically, it's 15k. It's 15k, right? So just run it. Your whole grade 2 lineup can be 15k. Hits the good numbers, right? Hits the good numbers. I do like the way he did the orders. I guess, well, it's kind of weird, right? Because the new order requires Soul Blast 2. So I guess the way that he's doing, he's going into the Eclipse Moonlight first, just always confirm that, and then he doesn't care if he gets the new order. He just doesn't care really. Just as long as you get this, and then boom, pop it down, start pushing. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. And then next we have is just another Orfist deck here. The new Grade 1 Wealth Searcher is really good. It's really good. Just able to get just able to search your orders. You can Soul Blast it to get to just pop and get a Shadow Army token to replace it, and it just 8k into a 15k. I think that's a pretty good trade, right? It's a pretty good trade, yeah. And then since it does require a soul, but you have Bulb Mines. You have Bulb Mines to kind of help you out. And he's not running the new order, so he has a lot more freedom in playing that and not worrying about soul, because he doesn't have to worry about the Soul Blast 2. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And then next we have is another one, and this one's kind of doing the same idea, because they do like 4 of the original one and 1 of this. I think this is too many orders, right? This is like 8 orders. So I guess 8 orders is not too much, but that is a lot of soul. That is a lot of soul. What else is he running? Oh, he's running. Oh, isn't that the counter? That's a draw. No, that's a draw. From set 1, the card that draws. Are they running one of the new? I think it's Roja? Yeah, okay. So, alright, cool. And then next we have is Raiden Taylor from playing FRF Standard Tournament, got 6th in Swiss and lost to Barrow in top 8. Had lots of fun. Thank you for hosting Different Fight. Congratulations to the winner, the Frumsmith, and everyone else who topped. So yeah, I think he was playing Different Fight's list, right? Different Fight messaged me, he's like, hey, there's a guy. Oh, Raiden's playing my list and he's doing very well. We've got three of these orders, man. That's a lot of soul, dude. That is a lot of soul, right? But you got the new crits, 4 Baromagnes. Yeah, so come in top 8. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And then lastly, we have the New York card fight. Saturday's winner at Fordham Comics was Master Chaos with Orfist, a mecha lover. He's been representing Stargate since the beginning, and the deck is apparently called Anti-Leonard, right? And then Orfist best deck, right? Orfist best deck. 2nd place was Audi B with Bruce. 3rd was, or 2nd, I think it looks like it's tie 2nd place was Server with Orfist, and then lastly with Justin A with Zorga. Yeah, no, this is the good old is it Istalate? Yeah, so Istalate build of Orfist taken home, right? Taken home. So he's running the blob, the blob counter charge. Yeah, good job. And then lastly of the main clans, we have some Gravidias. So Gravidia. So the only ride line that wasn't represented is Phantom Blaster Dragon, because everyone knows why. I think this guy's running like 15 meteorites. Very expensive deck just because of the meteorites. He's only running like two of the grade 1 though in the main deck, which
I don't approve. I think the grade 1 is like the best. I think it's Gravidia. Is it Wells? I think it's like the best card in the set because it can set 2 orders from hand. You actually get so many orders in your hand, you can't really play down them all. So being able to use something that puts more down is just good. It helps accelerate your game plan. But yeah, Gravidia. Those medias, man, those medias. This other guy's running 16 medias though. This guy just went full media land. But the cool thing about the deck is he's running 4 of the Gravidia wells. So that's good. That's good to see. And rest of the deck, there's literally nothing else about the deck because there's nothing to put in. There's literally nothing to put in the deck. It's just all meteorites. And then lastly here is just, I think this is a 12 meteorite build. This is a very conservative Gravidia meteorite build, right? I guess 12 versus 16. You know, that is 1 playset less, right? That is $16, $20, $16 to $20 cheaper than it originally is. So yeah, he has more space to run a playset of other things. So he's running 2 of this beta. I think it's just like a CB1 beta or something like that. You don't really use much of your resources in this deck at all. So you can kind of just use things that require counterblast or even soul, because you know when these come in, you can soul charge 1. So yeah, that is all the Gravidia lists we have this week. And that kind of rounds out all the set 3 stuff. Moving on, we do have some Lyrical Monasterio. Not many. It's actually not many at all. We have a Roro. We have 3 Roros this week. So literally no changes. The only change, again, you know, you put in the draws, right? Draws are just good. Because you can't run 11 crits anymore. So yeah, Roros. Yeah, cool. 3 Roros. We got one Feltyroza running the Willista ride chain. Yeah, so cool. And then 1 Alestiel deck. So this is just the white wing deck. And again, this actually suffered as well because it can't run 11 crit. It has to run some draws now. Or it can run fronts if you want to. But you know, I think the Bermuda doesn't have the 20k fronts. So actually, there's less point in running the front. Yeah, that is all the lyrical decks this week. It's everyone just played new stuff or just had to stay home, which is pretty crazy, right? It's pretty crazy. So Clarissa's are all gone. They're all gone. They're all gone. And then let's move on to some V. Right, V is pretty popular. V is pretty popular. So here we have Good Games Morley V Premium Tournament. I think you could proxy the new cards in this list, but the actual winner here, Carmelo, was just playing Ultima with nothing new. Right, it doesn't seem to be anything new here. You just want, I want to play Ultima, man. Just play it and beat everyone. So good job. Second place was Derek Dow. Wow, what a disappointment. Second place. Wait, wasn't he running Heal Guardians? Wasn't even running Heal Guardians. Wasn't even running. Yeah, anyway, second place Derek Dow with bunnies. Dude, disappointing, man. I expected. You're even running the new stuff, bro. The new stuff. Yeah, it's got a Heal. You see this Heal Guardians? Come on, man. Come on. Heal Guardians, you know, the bunny, and then yeah. Good job, bro. And then third place got Raiden. Raiden, he was playing Tachikaze. All right, Tachikaze. I think Raiden's a big fan of different fight, right? He plays all the different fight decks, you know. Yeah, good job, boys. Good job. Next, we have a Japanese list here with Spectral, like Spectral Duck Dragon. Spectral, I think, is just way more popular than Prominence in Japan. The deck works. The deck works. Right? Literally no changes except adding in Heal Guardians. That's it. you technically don't even need to run Heal Guardians this list. You can just run just normal heals. So yeah, good stuff. Just straight up easy mode. Ezel Senpai. This was an odd one because I got first place in a 5-person V Premium Tournament. I was really struggling whether to use the hashtag. Thankfully, according to Richard Gilroy, if you got the congratulations hot stamp promo, it's legit. So here we go. Yeah, don't worry about posting it. As long as it's a tournament, as long as you did well in it, as long as you top, right? It's top. I'm not too fast. It's locals. It's just here to like let people have like look at your deck, get some ideas from it. Let you say something. If you use the VG top decks, I do read your comments. So you can, as long as they're not they're not dodgy comments, I'm happy to read them, right? I'm happy to read them. So yeah, it's a good way to communicate with me if you want to as well. But you can literally just message me if you want to talk to me. Like, let's be honest, I'm not too fussed. I'm happy to chat, right? So yeah, it's just post them up. Don't be afraid, right? It's Ezel, right? There's a nice Ezel list. So good job, man. Good job. Well, Ezel list for Ezel Senpai, right? So yeah, it works. It works. We have Sergio, right? Good old Sergio won the last day of Shop League locals to secure my win for $100 store credit. Okay, played Duke today and test out Belanus. I think he's okay in the deck, but I'm gonna test him out more. That's good to hear, right? It's always about that testing. Test it out more in like locals, get used to it, have some fun, right? But yeah, Spectral just does work. Of course, I think it's an English list because you know we don't have the new stuff. But look, if you want to transition into gold with the new clan collection, Spectral's a pretty good way to do it. Just put in, you don't even need to put in any new cards, to be honest. Here we got season cards, Vanguard tournament again. This is for V Premium. First place was Douglas with Angel Feather. So he's running Gavriel, you know, running new Sariel, you know, Hamiel. So it still works. Heal Guardians are around. They can kind of minus your crit. Do you really care? Doesn't look like it. Just continue playing. Just continue doing what you've been doing. If they don't, if they cuck your one shot, then just continue playing the game. Just play normally, and you probably might still beat him. Like, that's the crazy thing about this deck. It's you can one shot. You might not one shot, but you can still play a legit powerful game. Just get another Hamiel and do it again, right? So good job, Douglas. Second place was Gavriel with Bermuda Triangle, and is this the secret? It looks like it's a secret Katia deck. Tech again. I think we've seen this one last week. This is kind of like the Prism slash semi Highlander list that's been floating around, where you try to abuse getting a bunch of cards of Katia. So that's pretty nice. And then third we have Lewis with Narukami. So Narukami, yeah, just Vanquisher coming back, just doing work. Yeah, it's good stuff. And then fourth we have Jonathan with Dementia Police. So we've got the Kaiser. The Kaiser, you know, Greater, Yusha, Liners, you know, literally everything here is just doing work. The new Kaiser as well just hits like a truck, very scary. Yeah, Dimension Police looking very strong in V. And then the last of the United Sanctuaries, we've got some, is this Fortuna? Right? No, is it? Actually, I can't really see. I think it's Fortuna because the text box is so big. So we've got four Fortuna deck and a bunch of the new cards. Just doing work. I think we saw some lists, you know, 12 crit Fortuna kind of works out. This guy's only running 8, but just being able to check top deck, know what's coming. Is also running just everything that checks, right? So cool Fortuna list. I think we've seen one like every week. Moving on, we got some Dragon Empire decks. So I think we've seen this one from Caesar Cards just then, but he doesn't say prayed on the birthday luck. Also, it was his birthday with my favorite deck, and here's the result. So happy birthday, man! Good job. Came third place. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Lewis Hong. All right. And then lastly for Dragon Empire, we have. I think this looks like it could be from Korea because there is some. The text is in Korean, so unfortunately, I cannot say everything. But yeah, playing Gigano Gaia, won against Valkyrian, lost against Blade Master, and then beat Highlander, then beat Rising Nova, and then beat Prism in top 4, and then lost in the finals against Night Rose. So I lost the finals, but it was a really fun fight. It was a good job. So yeah, cool. I think Tachikaze has been popping up quite a few times in all the lists. This is actually Korean. This is actually fully Korean cards. Wow, yeah, Tachikaze has been showing up quite a bit. So actually, is this clan? This wouldn't be clan collection, right? This would be kind of the older decks, older clan collection 1. I think we've seen some of the new like overdress Korean cards that look really nice, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, this is just I think this is just clan collection 1. Yeah, I think if it was clan collection 2, you'd use Spino. But Tachikaze has been doing pretty well. I think even in set, personally speaking, in first clan collection, like the one where Gigano came out, right? That was already a pretty good list. That was already a pretty strong list. So just doing work, right? It just does work, and we see it again. So good job. And then we got some Dark Zone stuff. So this is Dudley Emperor. This is getting a reverse unit soon, right? Reverse Dudley. Sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. So make sure to get your Dudleys. Yeah, this is just the Dudley list. It hits decent numbers. It hits decent numbers. You kind of go first and not care about your opponent's Field Guardians because you can hit over the threshold. I kind of like that. I kind of like that with Dudley. Of course, you do miss out on Force 3 with Rising Nova, but it could be a good compromise, right? Could be a good compromise. Next we have is a Dark Irreglars deck. Just literally, it's the same thing as Shaharat, doing the same thing as it's been doing since 2009. Wasn't? No, I think it's 20. Yeah, 2020. The years are all blending together. Just combo with number of terror. I don't know. You can I just say get rid of this Castile, put another number of terror. Right? You got hope on dumb. Easy game. Next, we got Ian Vasquez with the Monkey Planet Lima, Peru. All right, and first place was Ernesto Perez with Shaharad. Yeah, all right, but he's running Castile, man. Castile and V. Let's go hope on dumb, man. Let's go hope on dumb. But yeah, Shaharad, number of terror, perfect combo, beautiful. Second was Caesar Wise with, looks like Plon, right? Plon gets better, guys. Plon's strong now, gets better with the Heal Guardians, so ooh, good stuff. And then third was Daniel Vieira with Ezel. Look at this Bang Dream. Yeah, it's good stuff, boys. Good job. And then we have some, it's like Gear Chronicle. New Gear, is it? Is this premium? Wait, what? Hang on, this is premium Gear Chronicle, so this should go into another section. But yeah, that's a weird list. All right, where's the G zone? They didn't post the G zone. Oh well. You guys can have a look at this, I guess. Give you ideas for maybe the next format. Yeah. But then we have Mr. Sacer here playing VG Remote 20. GC was really fun to play, came second, went 3-1. Looking forward to Clan Collection support to see how the deck revolves. Yeah, this is just your current list with Toy Story 2, and got the start deck triggers. This guy. Yeah, so good job. Then we had Brandgate, Sean Coe. My take on Chaos Infinite Zero Messiah definitely plays a huge role in the deck in terms of winning the game. We're using specific cards like Craving Claw, more aggro in faster mechanics, and overcoming damage denial. When 3-1 in locals, losing only to Anger Blade a high roll. But yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. So I think a lot of players just been building Chaos, but there has been like Chaos Messiah mirrors popping up a few times. I remember seeing this, so it's good to see it popping up again. Just being able to work, it obviously works, right? Obviously works. It has some potential, and you know, maybe when the new cards come around, there's more potential with it too. Maybe you can pump up more on the Star Vader side. Some of the Star Vader stuff is like kind of average, but yeah, it should work pretty well, right? So it's good to see this working. All right, good job, Sean. And then we got a bunch of Megalonica stuff. Here is some Tetradrive build. Yeah. I mean, have we been seeing Tetradrive a lot? Not that much, right? It's a pretty cool card though, fortunately. Then we have Granblue list, and this one's, is this Cocutus? Is it getting ready for Cocutus Reverse? Maybe. Oh, okay. Then we got Ravenous Wolf. We got Gleaming Garmor. Right, I'm goated. First place in Card Fight Vision's first V-Prem experiment with the Granblue. So that is, I think it's custom ban list. They run like a custom ban list tournament and then like a normal tournament and then custom ban list tournament. Yeah, played out of my mind this whole event, and I'm really proud of it. Can't wait to see what SP I pull from my box. That's good. That's good. And I'm not sure what the exact bans were. I think like Ellie and like I think maybe Lieselot was like choice, something like that. There's few of them around. But I think Granblue should be a great pick, right? Because I think that's one of the ones that wouldn't get hit by ban. So good job, Garmor. Good job, Gleaming Garmor. Taking it home, getting that free. It'll be a free box, is it? Nice. Next we have is just a Highlander list, right? Cool old Highlander list.
And then next we have is just, okay, Matt, right? Well, had to come to an end, finished in 4th place with the best girl, and really enjoyed my time playing. Thanks to Cardfight Vision for an amazing event, and can't wait to play more. So playing Pacifica. All right, playing Pacifica. Is that? He's got the dodgy Pacifica. He's got the dodgy Pacifica. All right, I think we have to move on, guys. Playing. Because you play this, you have to go to the next slide. Yeah, there's Pacifica. And then Iton, Neko Cards Remote Fight V Premium Casual. 3rd place. Mermaid Revenger Mordred Lupina featuring Melody. Unga Bunga Big Number Fishy. That's Lupina Melody, right? Yeah. This is the list, boys. This is the list. And then we've just go ham and win. So good job, Iton. Looks like it's not as messy as before, although it's, I don't know. Is this like a... What is this? What is I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's like a... It's art. I guess it's art. I don't want to say what it could be, but yeah. Nice. Good job, Lupina Melody, right? I have to give props to Lupina Melody. So, yeah. Next we got some premium lists. I think this is pre-ban, but this guy's already moved to the next cool thing. This is Regalia. Is he running Taros? He's not. He doesn't even Taros, so he's set, right? So this is the list, boys. If you want to, if you're tired of, or if you can't play your Genesis loops anymore, this is where you should go. This is the Regalia life, right? This is the Regalia life. This guy predicted. He didn't even like the list was the ban list wasn't even out then. So yeah, he predicted what it was, and you can just play this list, right? Next we got Squash Peas. Would have posted this earlier but forgot. Neko Cards premium remote fight local. So on the 24th. Apparently no bans. So this is before bans as well. So this doesn't have a custom ban list or anything like that. First with Hyuga Nue. In short, Nue and Over Trigger can both go straight to Heck. Yeah, if you trigger Over Trigger or Nue die, you basically just win. Just win. Yeah, it's good to see that we won't see this deck anymore. No, we won't see this. Look at this. Look at this. Stride deck, right? None of this. This can get out of here, boys. Get out of. Yeah, good job on coming in. Coming in first. And then Lewis Hong, this deck is power hungry AGC premium Tormy. Deck used Vowing Stunverse. Vowing Stunverse tied with Neko Kuro for 2nd place. And so this is one of those decks that I think is gonna be pretty decent. Has a good chance of being decent going into this new premium format that we're seeing. A lot of people do high up Vowing, and you know, just everything. You build a nice V deck, and then you slap a Stunverse on it, and you're pretty much good to go. This is the easiest entry level deck in premium from V, right? Maybe the next one is like Hamsuke. Actually, Hamsuke might be easier because you can just build a whole V deck straight up. But maybe the strides might be a bit hard to get. But yeah, no, this is a very simple deck to go. You know, just get Stunverse and you're good to go. So yeah, good stuff, Lewis. And then next we have is Crew Neko coming in. You know, Remy playing his Wait, this isn't Highlander. I was about to say his same old Highlander junk, but this is Willista Riviere. I'm addicted to Willista at this point. Grade 1 gets the Sapphire for grade 3 to call free field before Superior Trois Riviere Stride. Addicted to Willista. This guy, but you know, Trois is no more, so looks like you have to find another way to abuse that Willista. All right, good stuff, bro. Good stuff. And then we have Iton again. All right, Neko Cards Remote Fight Premium Casual, 2nd place. No ban list last time to play Nairo Zarzan. Actually, it was the last time. Hey, this was 4 days ago. That was on the 26th. Misplayed against Hyuga. NGL kind of had fun playing this for one last time. Yeah, because Zarzan is dead. Where it belongs. Dead where it belongs. As usual, I cannot read this deck list because he's gone to. What is this? Is this like he's got an L shape with I don't know, weeds going one way, but then there's like three cars that are going the other way. So I don't like the way that he can come up with all this anti-OCD stuff is insane. Like if you look carefully, right? Look at this. It's all going one way, but look, hey, there's one Huntley going the wrong way. Here's one of this vanilla card going the wrong way. Here's a random light elemental going the wrong way, and then there's like what, you got three of these ghosties. You're like, yeah, well, it looks like all the ghosties are going the wrong way, but there's one of them going the right way, and it's all the way here. And there's a draw trigger and a crit here, and the crit, yeah. And then one of this is it Negro Lazy, right? Going the wrong way as well. Yeah. Oh, here's a column. Yeah, the Columbard as well. You know, one cannoneer. It's, every time you see this, it's like Beatrice. One of them's the wrong way too. It's R, right? It's R. Surprise! Like surprise is no one replying to this, going like, yeah, and then the last list for the day is we have Bram Del Porte, Aelst Premium Tournament on the 25th. First place was Jan Schierlink with Bermuda Riviere. So again, Bermuda Riviere, easy running tour. This is gone, boys. See you later. Good job coming in first. And then second, we've got Gel Laplace with Nova Blau Debody. So Nova Blau, all right. So okay, is this the Blau lover? So just Blaus, yeah, Blaus. Nice fair deck, right? Nice fair deck. Nothing getting hit. One of the few decks that isn't getting hit with anything. So good job. And then third place was Maxime Solom with Granblue, but of course he didn't list it. It's a secret tech, the secret source, right? He probably owns Zarzan, guys. He probably owns Zarzan, and you know we don't care about Zarzan anymore. Yeah. So. All right, so that's all the list this week. We went on for quite a while because I just was talking a lot, right? I was talking a lot about the new format, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Even though it's good. Maybe it's good that we didn't have that many lists because I spent a lot of time just talking about a bunch of stuff, you know, really nice, but a great ban list, right? New format as well to kind of look at, and then the V stuff just keeps on coming, right? The V stuff just keeps on coming because it's just V is quite hype nowadays, right? V is quite hype. Hopefully, like next few weeks, we're gonna see some crazy, like next week, we'll see more set 3 stuff. You know, more premium things. Everyone's been testing premium. It's insane. You go to like the card fight section on Twitch, there's probably someone testing premium, and there's just lots of hype around it. So you know, next week maybe we're going to see some cool lists, some cool premium lists, and it should be exciting, right? It should be exciting. So let me know what you guys think. Remember, you can post your VG Top Decks hashtag on Twitter, and I will see it. If you don't have social media, I will post. You can post on our Discord. There's a section for that, and we can just you know, I'll grab it from there, and then. Look, if your list didn't get featured and you post on VG Top Decks, Twitter screws things up. Twitter screws things up. Just let me know and I'll put it up for the next revision. It'll have to be like the week after. Yeah, just let me know, right? So let me know what you guys think. Stay safe out there, guys. It's still a bit messy. And see you guys next week, right? Maybe tomorrow. Next time, right? So see you guys next time, right? Bye.